Here we go.
Hey, man, it's your boy Kshotem, man. Right here on my boy Ray's Flav. You already know what it is, man. We right here with the Kshotem and Ray's Flav show. You know what I mean? You already know what it is, man. What it do, Ray's, man? What you on, man?
Oh man, I'm exhausted. Crazy weekend. VIP event Saturday night jazz summer festival at the Love and Laughter Music Studios there in Anaheim in your neighborhood. Out of control, dude. All the way till midnight. Whew, I'm exhausted. Following day, had to do my church thing, and then we went somewhere else yesterday. My mind is crazy. And then today we went to Crazy Cup to have ice cream and take a little photos of those beautiful cinnamon toast crunch shakes that they make over there, which are fantastic. And the great thing is we got some action. We got to see a lady actually jump the curb in her car trying to park and run into a Jeep. It was pretty action packed over there.
So you got a show on top of a show.
Yeah, show with the malt shake.
So you be going to a lot of those like little events, huh? Where it's like they be playing like jazz and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like my shirt says, music, food, and life.
Right. So I was gonna say because there they have everything. They got music, food. You know, so you can get content of everything.
I was in heaven, dude. I took a seat with my camera, filmed it live, had my squirt in hand. I mean, awesome chairs. I had a perfect seat right in front of the stage. Chair, squirts, band, ribs, mac and cheese. There's nothing better. I was in heaven, baby. Thanks. Shout out to Gordo's Barbecue. They'll be here tomorrow night live at the 6:00 hour as well.
So what's your favorite type of eating when you're at these type of events? Like, do you like that finger food? Like, give me some ribs, like some chicken.
Yeah. One of the things I've learned over the years is not to, in the beginning when you're a rookie, you order the whole rack of ribs or you order the whole plate of like steak, potatoes. You don't do that. When you do like me, when you're going and trying all these different places, you don't want to get full in the first spot. So you just try little snackies, little egg roll here, little teriyaki bowl here, maybe some finger foods, some hot wings, a tiny bit of ice cream. Don't get too carried away on the dairy because then you're going to get later on. So you don't want to have that problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, shit, you know, that's the one thing I noticed about your stories and stuff. I noticed that you be going to those events and then like, the food's there, you know what I mean? I just wish you would get more content of like the food and everything that you're doing there because I feel like you do your stuff, right? But it's like you get like the before or after or something, but like you don't make a real like during the process of it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because I'm filming it live, so
right.
it's not like I can stop.
Right, you're right.
Yeah, the only time I do is if something goes wrong, like if the Wi-Fi is bad or the signal's bad, I cut the show and then I start making reels, But I don't really. I always hope that it just goes live because I'm just lazy. I don't like to do the work of editing. I can do editing fine. I'm a fantastic editor, but it's just a lot of work.
Well, this is what I would do, right? If I was you, just, in my way of doing it, like I would do so much live, but then I would give room for like doing reels and taking pictures and all those other things, because like if you do all those other things, when you post it on your page too, it builds your page nicely and you could promote more for that one reel with those pictures and everything else. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, I actually
promote live. You know what I mean?
I figured out a way, and I actually have utilized it. And I utilized it at this event. There's a software that is going to already created 5 reels for me.
Right.
And the first one will be launching tonight. It'll be launching all the way till Friday. There'll be a new one every day. So they're already done. Last night I loaded up the live. It did the process, and now I have a reel coming out every night at 11 p.m. all week long, already scheduled out. I don't got to do anything. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah. So then how do you like plan out those drops then, in the sense of like what you're really going to do? Like you already done shot the shit. And you already chopped it, and you already waiting to drop it every week type shit.
The software does it for me. So it has a calendar. Yeah. It has a calendar, and I just pick. I go so like literally. I'll grab my regular calendar, and I'll go 23rd this first clip is going to be on the 23rd. The next one I cut, the 24th. The next one I cut, the 25th. The next one I cut, 26th. And I'll stop there, and I don't let, and this is just my weird thing, I don't drop any reels on Saturday or Sunday. I leave those open for just in case something cool happens and I can catch it on the weekend. That's my new workflow right now.
Oh yeah, man. So like on a whole side note, you know what I mean? Other than food and concerts and stuff like that, you know, what's your intake on like everything that's been going on in the world right now? You know what I mean? Not only, you know, the ice raids, but now you got like all that war stuff coming in, you know what I mean?
Welcome to World War III, my friend. Congratulations to our president for creating the World War III. Great job. Great job here. Great job there, buddy.
Wow, bro. You know,
Wild West.
Obliterating shit over there, you know what I mean? Like
craters, like 3 craters inside of the Fosan nuclear plant. And but hopefully it's not what I'm saying. Hopefully, I mean, he said today he doesn't want to escalate. He actually said hopefully they got it out of their system. They did shoot at our bases in Qatar, and we intercepted all those missiles. But he said I hope that they got it out of their system because I want peace, which is a beast. That's the real strong move. Is if he says I want peace and he does do peace, that's the real man move. I hope he does that.
Now, don't you think like, you know, well, this is what I heard that Trump, you know, sent him over there to bomb like some nuclear sites or some shit like that. But then I heard that they didn't even hit those shits because they were underground or some shit like that. I don't even know. Like,
yeah, the theory or the reason that we were even involved is because we have the bunker busters.
Right.
These are munitions that can actually go into 200 feet below the surface of the ground. And so
we got the people to experience to go with it. That's why, you know, I heard about that shit.
It's like a movie. There's I couldn't think of the movie. Maybe you can, but it was like, I don't know if it was the Manhattan Project where they like needed us for something, some sort of project. Like there was nobody that could do it. It was some movie. It reminded me of like a movie. This is like movie type stuff that's happening. Like you can't believe that it's real because it's like they needed us for the certain project because we were the only. It was like Top Gun, really. Is really right? Top Gun when they needed the Top Gun fighters.
I think that's the name of it. You know what I mean? I'm not really too familiar. I mean, I've seen a couple war movies in my time for sure, but it does seem like something that's scripted out of a movie. But you know, like they say, you know, a lot of the things that happen in the world, you know, they already have an idea on some things, you know, and they show it within a movie. But you know, war is just such a common thing that they're always going to show that within movies type shit. So you know, a lot of movies they gonna resemble, you know, certain stuff that's happening. But you know, I feel like the reason why it's such like not really a thing, but we look at it like that is because, you know, we come up in that time of social media too, where I mean, hell, you know, everything is not fabricated, but everything is like shedded some light on in some way, right? Because I remember just back in the day, you know what I mean? Like before the social media shit, you know what I mean? Like say like the news, right? I remember when the news first started saying like, "Oh, follow me on Twitter." I'm like, and this was early on when like I wasn't saying it like, "Oh, they want to be on Twitter." I'm just saying like it's changing, you know what I mean? Like they're showing kind of like the true shit, right? Like, oh, like follow me on Twitter. So now they're showing that the news station was no different than MySpace, YouTube, Instagram. You see what I'm saying?
That early on, they were,
right.
And now it has come to fruition. Social media is the news. Podcasting is the new news. Like, there's almost no point, and there probably will be no point in the next 5 years for there to be a news station because you're getting most of the stuff through your feed.
I say the same exact thing about radio stations. You know what I mean? Because it's like they're only in business because the top people, they're obviously still gonna go to like, you know, Sway TV and, you know, Breakfast Club and, you know, all these bigger people that doing their thing in the hip hop shit, you know what I mean? But see, those people over the years have been fizzling out. Hell, even Adam 22 been fizzling out a little bit. That's why he's reaching down to like, he's doing the gang culture. He's reaching down to artists that, you know what I mean, just
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's a wonder why, and I thank God that radio still. I love radio myself. I listen to 89.9 like a maniac. I still personally, but I'm an old guy. I don't know. You'd have to ask some of the, take a poll if you can do a poll on YouTube. How many people actually still listen to the radio anymore? Because all these same people that you just mentioned, Sway, Adam 22, all those guys, they have their own podcast shows as well. Besides the radio thing, they have their own podcast shows. They have their own YouTube show. So how long can radio go on?
You know what's so crazy that you say that, bro, is because whenever I say like these type of things, I'm actually talking about the podcast. Like, but see, their radio shows pretty much are podcasts because they got the angles. You know, they were really the first radio shows were really the first podcasters because they always had that like setup. You know what I mean? It's just now it turned into what podcasters. Podcasters are. I mean, let's keep it real. Podcasters are simply fake radio shows, you know, like fake radio. You know what I mean? Like if you think about every podcaster, I'm not saying just one, every single one.
It's more than that. It's really the truth, because what it's to your point, and I think you were probably going to say that in the beginning, was like you're like, well, I don't, you know, how like you're getting the news. We're getting the thing is that they can't really lie to you anymore. Right. To your point, the news, you'd have to turn it on at 8 in the morning on Channel 5. So whatever happened last night, you'd have to listen to it at 8 in the morning on Channel 5. Not anymore. You when I was at that barbecue thing that I mentioned, that jazz festival, I got a text. We're bombing Iran, and then dude, watching it on the freaking news feed. It's already there.
Right.
And it's like so nobody. There's no lying to you. It's immediate.
Yeah, everything is immediate now, and see now it's hard to say. Like I mean, hell, even my family shit like that. I'd be like my parents, you know, they still may watch the news and stuff, and that's cool. Whatever, do your thing.
Of course,
but people don't understand that that's just like another network, you know. But the internet, you gonna find people that are really breaking shit down, posting the real shit, because as much as people like to live a fake life, they still like to know what's true out there. You know what I mean?
100%. That's well said. Well said. And it was funny this morning. I wanted to know, because I haven't watched the news for literally years, like, because you know I don't need it. I have my phone, so I was staying at my mom's, and I didn't even know how to work the cable thing. I'm like messing with the cable thing, and then she's got it on Hallmark Channel, so that's like channel 72 or something like that. I have to go down. I have to go down. I don't even know how you press the numbers. It doesn't work, so I got to press the arrow down. I finally get to channel 5 to watch the news, and by that time it's a Toyota commercial. So it's like by that time we already know what's going on. There's no, and then I gotta leave. I gotta hit the road. I gotta get back. I gotta get out to work. So it's like crazy. You don't need. You don't really. It was weird. Like I tried to do the traditional news, and it just doesn't. It's almost inefficient.
Well, it's because your mind knows there's more to what goes on in the world. There can be possibly every single day the same type of shit going on. Like, yeah, we know that, but there's more out there, right? Why do we always see the same shit? Oh, this guy carved that. Oh, this high-speed chase. Why is it always the same shit? You know, that's what I always said. Like, yeah, that's a good point too. There's more going on in the world than the same shit that you want me to see.
Yeah, we can get some. There's so many. We can get variety as number one. We can get truth as number two. Right. We can get a different vantage point, a different view from somebody else besides an anchor guy who's in a suit. That's a third thing. There's so many different reasons why social media, YouTube Live, podcasts really work. It's so interesting, and to the point where they were complaining about the election, saying that they were paying Joe Rogan, that they were paying these guys, and nobody's paying them. They were saying it was like a CIA thing. No, just a lot of people listen to the guy. A lot of people listen to different things besides the regular news.
Exactly. You know, it's real shit. You know, when you have, you know, different people that you may follow up on, you know, it's different now because before they used to say like, oh, and it's still a thing. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, but that's why if you're tuned into so many different sources that are all within the same information base, right? You're gonna end up just, you know, figuring out what's the truth right in front of you real quick because they're gonna be
100%.
posting in. Also, you got to remember, Instagram, it really does know people throughout a time frame because it'll start to give you certain things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That
It'll
you're.
feed you tootsies if you like tootsies. If you like seeing little feetsies from chicks, hot chicks, like if you're into feet,
Oh yeah,
it'll just show you hot feet all day long.
yeah. If you
If you're into ice cream, it'll show you ice cream all day long.
yeah, just like I was on Instagram, but I was also saying something, but then like videos would just start popping up, you know, and I'm like, damn, like I was just saying some shit like this, and you know, it's relatable type shit, but not. That's why right now on this new Instagram I'm on, like it don't know me, you know what I mean? Like it's not
You can hide.
it's not giving me shit that you know I would normally
You're,
obtain.
you're in the dark room right now. You're able to go.
Yeah.
You're able to pull up stuff you can pull up on your other account.
But on this account, trust me, like it still gives me similar stuff from some people. I'll still see them pop up, you know what I mean? But from certain shit, like certain information that I would really, you know, really be interested into, you know, about like just regular life shit or whatever, you know what I mean, that I would just come across randomly.
Dude, it's not even not only just you searching, but whatever you're interested outside of the app, it tracks. So I'll give you an example. I got into Whatnot, trying to sell some stuff on Whatnot. I immediately when I download the app, go back to my Instagram, in the feed, it's all these guys reselling items where you can buy resale items.
Right.
I'm like, what the? It's all connected. Meta is taking over the world. It's all connected.
Oh yeah, man, it's you know, it's going up, you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, shit. I mean, it's definitely, you know, getting more into that digital world in a general now. You know, before it was like, oh, it's just, you know what I mean, digital this, digital that, but they're really trying to push that shit more and more to make it just, you know, like they say, like no money, you know what I mean, just all digital currency, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If I think the stronger worry is if we'll even have money at all, because
Right.
most of us won't be working.
Well,
The AI will be working for you for doing it.
but doesn't that mean that, like, what does that mean for the actual human then? You know, like doing the one that was doing the work. Is it that like, oh, now they're good, or is it more or less like now you're used for something else, and that is used for what you used to be using it for? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that actual scenario that you just described happens used to happen every 30 years. It would be like it's like I forgot what they call the replacement theory. It's an economic theory, but the replacement, like kind of like the horse and buggy, right? The horse was the best way to get around, and eventually, oh no, we got cars, and the cars take over. Technology constantly changes, but what we're seeing here with AI is it's changing faster than what things used to be. So instead of 30 years, now you got a 10-year span where things change, 5-year span where things change.
well,
It's
AI.
super fast.
I mean, if you ask me, AI is just out there just to replace the human. You know what I mean? Like you think about it, like you know, the music, you know what I mean? That's the first time whenever I realized like what AI really was and what it was really about was whenever I realized they're trying to take like artists, like use their like almost like audio, but not audio because they can make it AI and then they could still market it. And then that's like replacing the fucking artist now, you know what I mean? Like they don't need the artists, like, and then it's like the workforce too, you know what I mean? Like back in the day when it's like, oh, we got robots that's going, come and take your job and all this type of shit, you know what I mean? So it's like that. I mean, that's been a thing for a long time, you know what I mean? It's been a narrative to replace this, but now you got to remember now the human might be more useless, right? So it's like now they got to use that human for something else, you know what I mean? Like, so technically, like, everybody's still under the same bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, they're still gonna shift you to
Yeah, you'll have to be the only thing, potentially the only job that'll be is somebody who can prompt or code the AI.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what would be left for like the humans then? You know what I mean? Because are
The,
they gonna be set like good? Like everybody's a millionaire now, or not? Like,
well, here's an
everybody's
example.
screwed.
Let me ask you this question: has there ever been an experiment where they gave a certain amount of money to a city or a state every month to see what would happen?
I don't think so. I
There
mean,
has been. They've been doing that. They've been testing the called.
no, no, hold on now.
Yeah.
That would be amazing if they set up something where it's like, okay, the robots they working, so then the whole city is taken care of because we don't. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, well, it's great if you are cool with $800 a month,
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to be rough. You know what I mean? Like,
because that was the first test. They tested with $800 a month, and they said, could they survive with $800 a month?
how
Yeah,
the fuck? How you gonna do anything extra, anything more or less? Shit, nigga. Like,
yeah. So you'd have to.
you're programmed at that point, 100%.
Yeah. So there's been these tests of like a general wage, I think they call it, where they basically everybody, because even I won't mention the president, but even back a few presidents ago, they had they had been thinking of the idea of like, what are we going to do with what you just the question that you just had? What are we going to do with the humans if they're not working, if they're not busy? They're either going to attack us, the leaders, or they're gonna, what are they gonna do? They're gonna create a mess. They're gonna be what we saw in COVID, depression, people on drugs, more.
Well, people got to be busy doing something,
People
right?
have to be doing something. So what do we do? And the thought that there really was no solution. The only thing they thought of was just giving us money. That's it.
But see, this is the thing, right? Humans is, I hate to say it like that, but they need structure, right? But that's what, giving them, a structure like, okay, a job, what I mean, do this every day, even though that's like doing what they want you to do, whatever. But it's like people still need that to be balanced, though. Something like, say me, right? Like, I don't go to work and shit like that, but I do something every
You
single
should be able
day.
to answer this question perfectly. You don't work at all, and
Yeah.
you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you.
But like, I'm on a schedule, you know what I mean?
But you create. You're a creator.
Right, I'm a creator, but
You're
I'm
an artist.
every single day I do the same things, right? And I stay within.
So you kind of have your own structure.
Right. But
Nice.
see, I don't like go to no job every day and shit like that.
You don't punch the clock.
Right. So, but see, this is the thing, right? I'm a creative, right? Not everybody's gonna be that. See, still, so for me,
you'll be fine.
Yeah,
because you have projects, but there are people that they won't do this what we do.
Right.
Like they won't use their time wisely and funly and create. Right. They're just people that will just
the average person
and they'll live it.
Robot. You know why? It's because they are structured just like society standards, and that's okay. You know what I mean? But they only believe in what they believe in. You know what I mean? Oh, I need to get a girlfriend. I need to become this. Oh, after work, I just go to the bar, go home. A lot of people live this like structured life, but it's because that's what a job does, though. You know what I mean?
Right. Is that like the honeybee type of thing, right? You're part of the hive and you're working the hive for the queen or the king or the president.
Right.
And it's keeping you going.
Those type of people normally they're under the same shit all the time, and those are always sometimes the people too that have such a narrow way of thinking too, because they only do the same type of shit. So like a
Yeah,
creative person, they look at that like, what the
it
fuck?
drives you crazy.
That yeah, that'll drive
Yeah,
you crazy.
I mean, most people. That's and it's not a bad thing. I mean, most people just want to
But
work and have a regular job.
but it drives me crazy to look at everybody and be like, y'all is the robots because y'all doing the same exact thing, and then you looking at me like I'm on some like outside shit when realistically like I'm just me and y'all is all the same type shit, you know what I mean? And but that's why like when people, like if they were to come down to what is it that they're gonna do with their time if they weren't doing that, I don't think half of the people would figure out. They would just go to the bar, hang out with friends. Like they wouldn't actually have like
Yeah,
their
it would be a wasteland.
right. It would be such a waste.
It would be a
But
wasteland.
but yeah, like people like you or me, like real creative people, and I'm not even saying people that just make a little song here or there, like creative people. Like I don't even consider like rappers and shit like that like creatives. Honestly, fool. Like I'm gonna keep it real. Like
Well,
I'm
they're writing music and making music, right?
um
They're artists. They're artists. Like a painter. A painter's an artist. A
yeah,
rapper's an artist. A singer's an artist, right?
but it's like when it comes down to it, you don't have to have a real creative mind to do those things.
To do rap, that's very technical. It's a technical
Oh
skill. You got to
no,
get the
man.
bars.
Not okay. Listen, if we're talking like old school terms, yeah, but the way these motherfuckers rap these days,
Oh, you mean the ones that just wake up and go, uh, yeah, and I've been sick.
bro, come on, like
Yeah, I'm a.
these these motherfuckers be rapping bubble gum.
What about this one? How many lawyers you got? A lot. How many monies you got? A
But
lot. How,
like,
how many
first off,
beers you got? A
shit.
lot. Is that a good one? Is that a good song?
I mean, shit, we could pull up Lefty.
You want to pull up Lefty? Send me the link. No, don't pull up Lefty. Don't pull up Lefty. I don't want to get shot. I don't want to get shot.
Trust me, if that was gonna happen, shit, Kshotem might have been out there already. These motherfuckers ain't like that out here. Nah, I mean, there's definitely some trash out there, though. These fools can't rap to save their lives. Let's be real with you.
Yeah. Lefty's good though. I'll put it up in there. Lefty's good.
That fool trash, boy. Like that.
Remember that I said you're good, Lefty, when you're when
that boy cannot rap to save his goddamn life.
and when you do the drive by, don't make it like Tupac's. Make it clean. I don't want to get hit. If I'm driving, just get him
that pack.
nice and target right there. I remember I was nice to you. Remember I was nice to you.
Lefty, you know what I mean? Like, old boy just can't rap,
Oh my god.
But I heard a song, bro. He just dropped a recent song, right? And he's like pulling on, Slim 400's old wave, you know what I mean? He's trying to use that to be accepted within like, the culture of hip hop more, you know what I mean? It's just obvious that motherfucker only doing that shit to save his ass in hip hop, dog. Let's keep it real, cause he don't care. Like deep down inside, this fool don't care about nothing other than the Rasa. You feel me? Like the people that he be fucking with. You know what I mean? The 13 and shit. He don't give a fuck about no other shit. You know what I mean? He only doing that to save his music shit. You know what I mean? Cause obviously to learn more in hip hop. You know what I mean? Because his shit's gonna sound better if he's with motherfuckers that actually know hip hop and actually write music and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna really grow as an artist, and that's good. But don't do shit just to be accepted within this shit. Do it because you love music. You know what I mean? Like that's the only problem I have.
Do you think that what do you think his commitment is as far as music? Like does he love music and he's starting to do that sort of thing where you're talking about where like connecting with better musicians or is it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure he's trying to connect with better musicians and shit like that. But I mean, let's keep it real. Like most artists these days, they're only doing this shit for a bag. They don't give a fuck about music these days, you know?
Right.
I mean, he even said it on some shit, bro. He was like, oh, who the hottest in LA? He's like, yeah, Peso, yeah, this person. But then he started talking about, oh, who's getting the bag? let's see who's gonna be like, who's the hottest? I'm like, well, that's not how you defend who's the hottest. Me, I'm only looking at what you're spitting. I don't care how much money. What are you talking about? You're trying to define yourself the hottest artist based off of how much money you got? Like, oh god, like
Yeah.
stupid. Like, so
It's
that's how I know these artists. I've been knowing it, right? But that clarified that they have a they think that they could put money on top of shit and think like that's them being the hottest. Like, no, I'm looking at how your music is, homie, because you're in the music culture, the music
yeah.
industry at that, not even an independent artist. You're a mainstream fucking rapper. Nah, homie, we talking about music. I don't give a fuck about that money shit, you know what I mean? I look like I have just as much money as that nigga, you know what I mean? What's up? Stop playing. Oh, let
By the way, are you going to show your king card today, or
oh, that shit's gone. You know, I sold that shit a couple
you
years.
sold it already?
Oh yeah, my chains they've been sold for a long time, bro. You know what I mean? I got
Oh
rid of it.
man.
No, that was just some shit I seen on my threads. I was like, oh shit, I posted that shit. I screen recorded. You know what I mean? I still want to show that.
The king
Well, yeah.
template.
I mean, at the end of the day, bro, I'm the only motherfucker from our city that went and got the two custom pendants that actually made sense together hanging on my neck. You know what I mean? They actually said some shit, and I rocked them like every single day, strong for like 2 years. And then I sold them when shit got real fucked up because I didn't have no bread. You feel me? So I'm like, man, I need some goddamn money. You know what I mean? And I got a little 6-7 grand for all that shit. So
Nice.
but I didn't get as much as I should have because it
Was it a pawn shop or something?
it was one of those gold places. I mean, you still
Oh,
gonna
okay.
get money, but the reason why is because custom shit they're never gonna give you because they can't resell that. It says your name. It has a king card with a juice bell with juices on.
Yeah,
Or
you have to find somebody with the same K and
right,
who really likes juice.
right. That shit just you know what I mean. Like hell, they could hold on to it and one day try to sell it for more because it's Kshotem or some shit. But
Yeah,
they
that's
probably
right.
they probably just melted the shit down and just made
Made
something.
some gold teeth out of it.
I'm gonna get some gold front soon. You know what I mean? I got the kit in my closet. You know what I mean? Just,
You got the gold teeth kit in your closet?
yeah, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, please. I would love to see this. The gold teeth kit, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is what people you know what I mean. That this is what they use. I mean, I just bought it because you know what I mean. It's a lot more money if you have. Well,
So
actually,
do you mold your teeth so that you can get some gold made out of them?
yeah. So she's in a little box right there. It's like this is the little you know what I mean. The shit.
It's the putty.
Yeah, the putty. They got the base, the catalytic. You feel me?
Catalyze it.
Yeah, catalyze or whatever. And then obviously the
So do you sleep with that thing for a night or just
you just make it, you bite it, and then you just let it sit, and then
you pop it in the mail?
you could just take it to your jeweler and then have him do all the cuts and do all the rest. You feel me?
That's sick. So that's why. So the teeth fit. They're specifically customized for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about when you get anything gold. You know what I mean? It's all customized. You feel me? So it's like that. Normally, you would have to go to a dentist to do that. That's why I never got one because it was such a hassle. Like, I'm not going to go to a dentist. And even this is a hassle because you got to know how to make it, apply it, use it. So I got to.
Yeah. What if you mess up? Like, what if you skip a space or something like that?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my jeweler and I'm going to show him the kit. Maybe he could tell me how to use it. And then maybe he could prepare for me and I could just bite it right there and then he could have it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it because you don't want to do it wrong.
Yeah, all I need is for him to have the certain size and then him tell me exactly how much it's going to be because I just want to get like 2 teeth at first. Like, I'm not trying to get like the whole shit. I don't have money like that right now to get the whole shit. So I'm just going to go small and then build from there, you know what I mean? But as long as I get a little something new, you know what I mean? I want to get a little.
So there's a way to add on as you go.
Yeah, like you could get 2 and then you could just give it to him back and he can add on more.
He can melt more on there.
Exactly, because all it is it's on one after it's 1 or 2 or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just on one. Or actually, I don't know. Well, most of them are, you feel me, like that where you just clip it in.
It's like a bracket.
1 or 2, yeah, it's just individual, I believe.
Yeah, you definitely want to do that kit right because you don't want it to come out where like the gold you get the gold, you pick it up, and then your teeth have this gap in them like that.
Well,
Like
yeah,
you're
because a lot of the
like that.
people, the way they mess up is they don't go to a dentist or they don't do it the right way, you know what I mean? But if you
Yeah.
go to a dentist and they're gonna get you the specific mold, you feel me? And it's gonna be
Oh
fucking
hell yeah, they can get you. They can give you the X-rays if they have to.
no, but this shit is really no different than when you go there. It's just you gotta make it right and you just bite it. Basically,
Yeah,
once you bite it, it has your size because that's all you're doing is you're putting your specific size in that mold. You know what I mean?
it'd be cool if they made like the same thing, but like if it was like completely bright white. So instead of whitening your teeth, you just get this gold white piece that you put in your mouth. So it's like you've got your girl, but it's white to make your teeth look white.
Oh yeah, they got either veneers or they have
Yeah, veneers like that.
but veneers that's like false teeth type shit. You know, they just put in a whole new tooth on that shit. You know, it's not even like a cap. You feel me? That's like a whole new tooth. You feel
A
me?
whole new tooth. Oh damn.
Yeah, because what people don't realize is veneers is basically that's what old people get, nigga. Like when you gotta fucking get teeth when you get old, you get veneers, right?
Dentures. They're dentures. So they knock out
Aren't
your teeth and
dentures
put
like
dentures in.
aren't dentures basically like the same shit? I mean, yeah, veneers are probably just the highest quality that
I
you could
thought the
get.
veneers were like a cap that they put on top of your teeth or something.
I mean, it could be, you know what I mean? But I always thought veneers was just like a whole new set of teeth, just like custom grills, you feel me?
Let me
Because
look it up.
yeah, look that shit up.
What are veneers?
Hell, you could even screen share that shit.
Dental veneers are thin, custom made shells typically made of porcelain or composite resin that are bonded to the front surface of the teeth to improve your appearance. Let's see
Well, I
here.
guess it is like what you're saying, you know what I mean? It's like a cap.
Yeah, let me try to get a good picture for you.
But see, that's still gonna ruin your actual tooth, you know what I mean? Because it's gonna rot
Ooh.
your tooth.
You know what's cool is like if you have a chipped tooth, let me show you this.
Oh yeah, you just put it over it.
Let me show yeah, you can put it over it and like you can kind of fix it, like
Hell,
kind of
even
in a
if you
way.
got no tooth, you feel me? I'm gonna need one right there too.
Let me see. Share. Let me show you this. Check this out.
Yeah, bring it up. Let's
You
see.
can actually fix some teeth. See how you can like pop, like it kind of goes on like an envelope over the
Yeah.
tooth, and you can kind of fix one of your teeth or something like that if you have to. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just like a cap and shit like that, you know.
Yeah, customized like a little tooth envelope.
I was under the impression that veneers you could actually like it was just a whole new tooth, you know, because like all these rappers and shit after they take their grills out, they go get veneers. But see, like I said, if it's just a cap, like wouldn't your tooth like rot if you don't keep it clean? You know, that's what.
Oh, dude, yeah, I bet because
Right. Regardless, right? See, that's why
you look
like.
like this.
But you
After.
know what? I've seen that people that when they don't have pullouts and they're permanents, when they take those shits off, their teeth are even more rotted because those were permanents. You know what I mean? And they
Oh,
take
damn.
yeah, and they take them off, and then oh, hold on, let me try to fix this shit.
There it is. That's one.
Oh, it's this one.
There you go.
But see, when they take them off, see, actually the pullouts they won't rot your teeth as much because you have to take them out to eat and all that. So that means you
Yeah, that's the way to go to get
right.
the pullouts.
Because what then you brush your teeth and shit like that, right? Your teeth will actually be more clean. But with anything permanent, or say that veneer cap, the veneer cap is just like the pull out though, because you could take it off and you could clean it. But see, if you eat, then you got to make sure you clean your teeth again, clean even the cap, whatever, and then put it back.
That's a lot of work.
Oh, it is a lot of work. That's why you got to be like on a.
You gotta be, yeah, you gotta be like a movie star to want to have to do all that.
Well, you know, like me, I don't eat like a whole bunch during the day, so it's not as bad like how I would do it, right? Right?
That'd be a problem for me because I eat about 20 times a day.
Right, you a hungry fella. But see, the thing about when you don't have pullouts, you can eat whatever, you could do whatever, but you gotta have bread, right? Because once you have to like, if you ever want to change those out,
Ooh, they
one,
probably they probably get brown after a while. You got to change them. So then you need.
Yeah, your teeth are rotted. You know, I've seen people where their shit's rotted. Not only that, they also have to shave your tooth down sometimes to fit the shit over.
Oh,
So
they
you
got to use a file
look
like.
like Frankenstein. You feel me? Like
Oh
straight
damn!
like that. And if you don't really have bread, then it's like how you gonna, And another thing, just to take these fucking grills off, look it up, dog. Go on YouTube right now and look up removing permanent grills. Man, that thing, man, that shit looks brutal.
Oh jeez. I think the Island Boy's doing it right now.
Yeah.
Cleaning. He's cleaning a permanent grill.
Bring that shit up real quick. If he's doing it, I know he's crying about it because, bro, it's like treacherous the way they gotta remove those permanent grills. You know what I mean? And it'll probably make a lot of people think twice about going and getting some permanent grills. You know what I mean?
The jewelry store and tell him make me a grill.
This guy's cleaning his grill.
Oh yeah, he's cleaning it. He ain't taking it out. You know what I mean?
Removing it.
Yeah, you need to remove. You need to show.
Is that what this is?
Yep.
Ah.
Now we about to go to Bollywood. We about to take out my teeth. It's been a whole year. Come on.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh no. Oh dude, he just. Oh. Oh, he's bleeding. He's bleeding.
I'm telling you.
Oh God.
Bollywood. Put them bitches back in, man.
Oh my God.
Right now we about to go to Bollywood. We about to take out my teeth. It's been a whole year.
That's enough of that.
There was like a rapper, you know what I mean, that he was doing that shit. And I forgot who it was. I think it was. Fuck, I forgot who it was, but man, that shit looked great.
If his original teeth have to be jacked up. They're bleeding and everything. They're like once you go permanent, you're done. You're forget about your. I'm here worried about my originals. He's screwed. He can never even care about his originals. He doesn't have to care about his originals anymore. He can let them fall out. They're all bleeding and there's spaces. Oh man!
You can even look up a video of like how it looks after people take out permanents, bro. It looked like they crackheads, basically. You know what I mean?
They might as well do speed and freaking your teeth will be all just like that.
Well, that's why, like, if you like on a budget and you go getting permanents, like you in for a treat because when you gotta like go clean or go change them out, because like, what if your diamonds start falling out and they start looking all fucked up? Like, you still gonna keep them? I mean, if you got some bread too, you know what I mean?
You got to be like some sort of wrap. You have to make sure that you're going to be rapping for a long time. You can't just make the rap your hobby. This has to be like you're going to be a rapper. This is going to be your
like, oh, I'm going to take these shits out, right? Now your teeth are fucked up and you don't have no money to fix your actual teeth.
You'd have to sell the caps to fix your original teeth.
He said, I'd rather be one of the hillbillies with 3 teeth. For real, I mean, that's what you're left with, though. You know what I mean? Because you can't. But see, people that be throwing that type of money in their mouth, clearly they got
Top hat Jack. That's funny.
To keep on going, you know what I mean? Like, they don't got just, like, enough money just for that half the time. You know, people that do that type shit, they ain't. Because people that don't have the bread like that, they just go get a pull out then, you know what I mean? Because it's way less, it's cheaper.
So there's people that have enough money to do the maintenance on these things, probably.
Yeah, but see, you know, where that actually originated from, bro, was like the South and shit. Because back in the day, you know, that's how they used to do it, right? Oh, you got to have permanence because they used to look down on motherfuckers like, oh, pull out, you know? It's almost like me, right? Like, I look down on motherfuckers like, I don't look down on them, but like, I look at it different if a motherfucker think he this and that, but it's like you a part-timer because all your tattoos be covered up. So they look at it the same way, right? Like,
was it something like because they didn't have this back then? This has
been a thing for a long time, bro. Since even the 90s, they've been doing permanents.
So this isn't like this isn't like okay, you got because you know this is in my culture. Most of our children have at least 3 or 4 silver teeth because they got cavities. We can't afford the white filler, so we get the metal filler. I thought it came from that, like, oh, I got my you know, we were so poor, we had the messed up teeth, and then we had and then they just made it a thing.
No, they could have possibly taken that and flipped it maybe, but this actually came from so I can't speak on exact right because we're not where it originated from, you know what I mean? Like
this is something that National Geographic, if you're listening right now, this is what we want to see. We want to see the documentary on how these veneers, these pop-ins, these pop-outs, teeth started. That's the real documentary stuff. And Kshotem might be the only one to be able to shoot this.
To be honest with you, bro, this shit came before everything, you know, like even before the 90s probably, because like say like back in the day in New Orleans, you know what I mean, and in Texas and all that shit, like Birdman back in the day, he had fucking
yeah,
you know what I mean.
And
like,
they probably weren't that good. It probably the technology's probably gotten better over the years.
But it became super like popular to another extent the last like so many years. But Texas was a place that really adopted the grills too over time. Why do you think Paul Wall came out with that song Grills and it influenced?
Yeah. Do you think my friend Flava Flav is the one that started the trend? Because he always has a girl.
He's
my favorite rapper.
He could be potentially one of the first people in the hip hop industry that wore a grill, I could say. Because think about it. Flavor Flav is older and he's always had that specific style, like just
the clock, the teeth.
Almost like a pimp, but
my favorite hype man of all time.
Right.
Flavor Flav.
Yeah, Flavor Flav definitely was probably one of the first people to really rock grill and make it popular. But see, when he was a teenager, he was not 50s or 60s, but how old is that fool? He's probably like a good 50-something years old. What?
He's probably 60-something because I was when Public Enemy came out, it was the 80s. And I was probably in like 4th or 5th grade.
Yeah. No, he's probably in his 60s for sure. Because Snoop is like in his 50s or some shit.
Let's find out. Why we have Google. Old.
He's probably at least like 62.
Put it in the chat. Try to guess what Flavor Flav's age is. I'll give you 3 seconds. Put in the chat. What age is Flavor Flav? 5, 4,
he's probably
3,
62.
2, 1. Oh, what do we got here? Top Hat says 66. He must have been Googling. 66 years old is correct. Born March 16th, 1959. Flavor Flav.
Oh, cheating ass motherfucker.
Flavor Flav.
Yeah. He for sure I would want to say, you know.
Chuck D 64. Crazy.
Honestly, bro, Flavor Flav and all like the pimps that were out back then, you know what I mean? They were in my eyes. But see, Texas really adopted that like style. New Orleans, like the South, you know, the South in a general, Louisiana and all that.
I Googled it yesterday. Top Hat has been wondering this since yesterday. So fantastic. He's right with us.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing though, right? It's like, that's where it really came from. But see, in the last so many years, if these kids are just like in their 20s and they're probably thinking like, oh,
that's cool
thing, you know what I mean? Like they don't even know, like, bro, a lot of this shit, it was already a thing back in the day, you know, even style, like, you know, the way I dress is how Dipset used to dress back in the day. So whenever I started to like bring out like the pocket chain and all these type of things, like people in the hip hop culture weren't even falling to that shit, bro. It was only like punkers and rockers that would wear pocket chains, you know. Now I see all types of people within hip hop wearing it, but like I actually started
pocket chains, like a clock, like where you pop up the clock. How, like in England? Hello, what time is it? Tea time yet?
You know, like
those kind of clocks, like a clock.
You know the shit that I wear, fool. The fucking
the Rebel chain. We used to call it the Rebel chain with the wall. Is it connected to your wallet?
No, it's not. It's just connected to my belt. But see,
whenever
I brought that out to the culture of hip hop, though, nobody was wearing that shit, dog. It was only like punkers, rockers, and shit.
Yeah. When I was in high school, that was the Rebel chain. It connected to your wallet.
Right.
And then you were a rebel and you cuffed your pants and you had a flip floppy hair, like whoop, like a greaser.
You see how the belt, it's a skull, right? And then it's like, there's even skulls on this shit, right?
That's punk rock.
Yeah, it's like there's some skulls on there, you know what I mean? So this whole shit was influenced though by Dipset back in the day, but whenever I did that, nobody dressed like that in the hip hop shit. And now you find all types of rappers with these pocket chains and all that type of shit. Oh yeah. Well, death metal, that's the style though, you know what I mean? Like, but in hip hop,
Yeah.
it wasn't a fucking thing like even 6 months ago, but like motherfuckers like literally picked up on that shit. But I started wearing that shit like a year ago when nobody in the hip hop culture was wearing it. Now I find all types of rappers with the same type of stilo. But I didn't take that from nobody. I literally used to dress like that back in the day too. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring that shit back.
Those thrashes were wearing vests and stuff in the P. Totally, yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Thrash,
thrash
thrash metal.
my style is definitely like people confuse me for some punk rock shit all the time though.
I thought you were the drummer from Blink 182 when I first met you. Look at that. See, you got the arms for this. You got the arms for this. Man. You got the tattoos.
Hey, but you got to remember, man, my cousin, RP, my cousin, you know what I mean? He was a drummer. I mean, hell, I have a cousin right now that plays in a punk rock band. His name on Facebook, he goes by Crispy Chris. I don't think he has like anything else.
He's in a punk rock band?
He's in a punk rock band. They're signed to a label and everything. They're like,
you should have him come on the show and we could do you put him right here, right in this section right here.
I'm just not really close to my family where like I do shit like that. But okay, listen, bro. One of my cousins that passed away, he was a producer. I mean, all types of shit, right? And
the top hat says his dad looks like Blink 182 drummer.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Bro, like, I had a cousin, right? And he was a producer. He could play instruments. I mean, he could do so much shit. He went by Black Matter Production on Instagram. And he had so much shit going for himself, right? Musically talented in so many different ways. And then my other cousin, he's the one that plays in a punk rock band. He plays, you know how they are. They play in like 3-4 different bands. And one is signed to a major label.
Damn.
Yeah, I swear to God, I'm not even bullshitting with you.
I love punk rock.
And get this motherfucker is like kind of like a dwarf because like he's a like he walks like, you know, with a little limp.
Did you say a dork or a dwarf?
A dwarf.
A dwarf.
Yeah, dwarf. Like he's
shorter than me.
Like
he's my people.
His bones are shorter than they're supposed to be.
Oh, so he has some medical issues.
Yeah, and he walks with limp. He's like handicapped and shit. But he's
hard.
Bass player, drummer, all
That's
that.
Incredible.
He'd be
nice. Does he make that face when he does it?
He an ugly motherfucker too. You know, back in the day, you know, he used to like the Ninja Turtles because like he felt like he looked like them and shit. Cause he an ugly motherfucker.
That's something to acquire. You want to be something. You want to be good looking, or you want to be looking like the Ninja Turtles. Everybody's like different.
Look up his fucking Facebook.
Different goals for different people.
I don't even have him on his Facebook. You know what I mean? I would like to, you know, do some shit. But back in the day, whenever I was doing my photos way back in the day, like I was going to link up with him. But oh boy, always been going through some shit because, you know, not only is he a dork, but like.
He's probably got, does he have a lot of medical issues where he has to go to the doctor a lot?
Not really, bro. Because they said that he was only going to live so long, but he surpassed that by a lot, right?
That's awesome.
And his crazy like lifestyle kind of, you know, like proved that too. Like
added to it. Yeah,
because think about it, bro. The reason why I kind of like fuck with punk rockers because they don't change, bro. Them motherfuckers stay the same their whole life almost, you know.
Oh, totally. The
only reason and everything is the exact same for like
your life, unless you get married. Then your wife, like me, I'll give you an example. When I got married, my wife took my Dickies away from me and gave me Levi's jeans.
Right.
So now I had to cut my mohawk, wear Levi's jeans, and do the straight thing.
I wouldn't do it.
Because before that it was Dickies all day long. Dickies, rolled up cuffs, Doc Martens. My mohawk was all the way as high as the sky.
The wristbands, you know what I mean? The little wristbands people used to buy, those customized ones, you know.
Your girlfriend would make you a wristband.
You know,
after leaving the Pearl Jam concert.
You know, I came up at the time where, you know, like my sister was into like punk rock type shit, so she had that like dress code of like wear the sweatband. So like that's why I be so diverse too, because I came up around so much different types of music with my sister, right? All that. Me, I always been into hip hop, but then my fams, you know, like alternative rock and all that type of shit. So I had
So
like,
you've always been into hip hop, even when you're young.
yeah, bro. Whenever I was young, bro, I was buying CDs, you know, like all that shit, bro. Like The Game, 50 Cent,
Damn.
Eminem, all that shit. You know, going to the store, buying the CD. Like I've always been a hip. My first choice of music has always been hip hop rap first. You know what I mean? Since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like
That's funny. It's
it
like the
just
opposite in my family. It's like everybody was hip hop, I was punk rock.
see
It's crazy.
everything else was just an exception to me because it was around me, right? And then you got to remember, bro. I got introduced to the camera shit early on, and I was within the hip hop culture at a teenager doing the camera shit. So like the hip hop shit
Yeah,
was
that makes
always
sense. Your whole
yeah,
life is it. Your whole life
right.
has been hip hop.
Yeah, my whole life has been hip hop. Now, the only difference was whenever I was around my sister, she was playing like fuck even Good Charlotte, System of the Down, whatever, you know what I mean?
Damn.
Like, just different shit, right?
I
And
love
then
System of a Down. I saw them
even
at Ralph's one
Yellow
time.
Card, she would play Yellow Card and you know what I mean, Linkin Park and shit like
Yeah.
that. And then my parents, Led Zeppelin, and you know,
Yeah,
like
your parents are like my age, so they're Led
Red
Zeppelin.
Hot Chili Peppers, even like
Yep.
my mom's, and you know, there's just so much different types of music that I was around. That now I might have not chose to listen to that music like firsthand, but it was still an influence around me, right? So I had the best of every aspect. But me personally, I always just listen to hip hop, rap.
That's
That's why
amazing.
that's why I could write and do all that other shit. But I'm also diverse because I just understand shit, you know what I mean? And but yeah, bro, my family, a lot of people don't know, but on my mom's side, they're all musically talented. Like back in the day, my mom would tell me how like they would just get together and all play like instruments, you know what I mean? Like
That's
hell,
awesome.
think about it like this, bro. My uncle, his daughter, and my cousin that passed away, and his brother, for my uncle's birthday one year, they all got together and recorded in the studio a happy birthday song. They were not even teenagers yet, you know what I mean? Like they were kids. Happy birthday, you know what I'm talking about? Like a baby
Dang.
song, you know what I mean?
A little special.
And I'm not even playing about that. They really did that because I used to hear the tape or whatever and trip out like. But now my family, it just I got blessed with the side of things that I did. You know,
visual cameras.
from my dad's side, everybody's just you know artistic, but with like mechanical stuff. You know, like they're very smart on that end. That's where my brain is very sharp, right? But then the creativity comes from my mom's side where they're all musically influenced, right? But my dad's side, they're all geniuses. It's just they never applied it where they should have, you know what I mean? But there's a lot
Your
of
dad makes an awesome car, that's for sure.
well, that's the thing. Like my dad, you know what I mean? I was the kid coming up, you know, I could bring anything to that motherfucker and he could literally fix anything. It could be a little headset or what's this? It could just be anything I'm bringing to him and like motherfucker fixed it, you know what I
You're
mean?
like, my dad has this awesome set of tools. He could fix anything.
Well, just my dad always just lived through example, kind of what I do. You know, I lived through a strong example, but that's because, you know, I came up with, you know, like the right and wrong type shit. Like, you know what I mean? You do what you're supposed to do out here, you know what I mean? And
That's awesome. Top Hat grew up in hillbilly country, playing the banjo and fiddle. I love it. He's in the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina, probably playing washboards and stuff like that. I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, growing up in different places, you know what I mean? Like me personally, I could never grow up in no hillbilly, you know.
I would love that bluegrass stuff. I love it.
My mom actually from I think North Dakota. Like originally, she from North Dakota. You feel me?
Oh dang, the Black Hills. That's Native American country. I see it called it. Top Hat is Appalachian. I can feel I can love it. Boom.
Top Hat in this motherfucker before, but shouts out Top Hat. Hey, Top Hat.
It's been with us all night, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, me
Top
and
Hat,
Ray
baby.
Slaves, be doing these, you know what I mean? You know, we're gonna be doing these
Appalachia?
shows pretty often, you know what I mean? These
We need Top Hat in here every show. If we don't get Top Hat in the chat, we're not doing the show. We need Top Hat from North Carolina every single show.
I'm gonna send my my Discord link, you know what I mean? And
Get on the Discord so you know when we're gonna go. We want to do this. If I'm not mistaken, and we were talking about it earlier, we want to do this at 9:00 every Monday. If you think that's a great time, I think it's working for Top Hats. If you think that's a good time, put a fire in the chat.
Yeah. It's Kshotem World. I could send you the link right now, but
Put
it's
the link in the
Kshotem
chat.
World. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link right now. It's loading up. I need to put all these links in my notes just so I don't have to fucking open shit up.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm trying to get my Discord lined up where, you know, I got my supportive people in there, you know what I mean, where they hold it down and, you know, they get all the updates and all the shit that I post, you know, because I post a lot of shit and, you know, me and Rays, you feel me, we be right there. You feel me?
You know what we need to do with you, bro, is we need to set up your Streamlabs. Do you have Streamlabs?
You know, I could download it, but I never downloaded it, you know what I mean? Because I always thought, like, it was going to, like, put a little bit of extra bullshit on the computer and the stream.
No, once you have it set up, you can turn it off and fire in the chat. Let's go, Top Hat. But the thing about it is you can put all your links in there and you can put them on timers. And then every 10 minutes or every 20 minutes, it'll show your Discord. It'll show the link to the show.
For real?
Yeah. Anything you want. It has timers and it also has commands. So if somebody puts exclamation, what's the name of the show? It'll say the name of the show. Exclamation lurking. That means, hey, dude, I'm just watching the show. I don't want to talk on chat. I just want to watch.
No, that's hard. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you got to create commands.
You see, you know more about the streaming world aspect of things. And like I said before, you're the one that enlightened me to it because I always knew about it and I always wanted to do it. But I remember I was in my apartment, you know what I mean? And I was sitting there and you're the one that was like, because I brought it to your attention because I think I was saying like, I've done it or I want to get into it. But then I noticed like that's all you do.
That's all I do.
Yeah, like that's all you do.
I just do like when I'm talking to Top Chat. This is like normal conversation. I mean, people will get like, dude, there's somebody's chatting. This feels comfortable when Top Hat's talking. This is this is where I live. I love this.
This is like your show now. You know where people are talking in the comments.
Yeah,
and
Twitch.
You're interacting. That's what you like. But see, this is the same shit as your show, except you have me right here, so we all
it's better
together.
It's better, dude. And if we do it consistently at 9:00 every Monday, and people know that, and you're going to use your Discord, and you're going to put the calendar. The Discord has a calendar, and just put every Monday 9:00.
And see, that means, you know what that means too. Once we build that and we have the people right there, then it just transitions to you too, you know, because they're watching both of us, so they're interested in your links too.
Oh yeah.
It's both of us, you know what I mean? So
So what I'll do is I'll just keep my show clean and just constantly have content so that these guys can go see that. But we're building the Kshotem show as big as humanly possible.
So you stay doing what you're doing, right? And then you just come and add on right here, and it helps promote your shit and our shit together. Like, trust me.
There's do you know those two guys? My daughter listens to them. They do the same thing. They have their own shows, but they come together and they're hilarious. They're from like Canada or something like that.
No, I don't know nothing about that, but this is kind of like what we're doing right now, you know?
Yeah, they're fun. They're hilarious. They go to mall. They're funny.
And see, you could also like, we could make it more funny based off of like what you may ask me too, you know what I mean? Because you know me, I'm an open book. I could give a
it's just whatever happens natural.
Yeah.
And the chat is what helps. Chat is huge. So thanks again to Top Hat Jack.
I'm gonna do that too, bro. You're right. Put in the stream description. I'm gonna do that right now. Bro, I ain't lying about that. You feel me? Fucking right.
You can put your Discord link in your stream description.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what, bro? Man,
yeah,
I'm gonna do that every stream now. You know what I mean? I'm gonna follow my Discord, bro. I don't know why I never did that.
Top Hat, do you go on Twitch as well too? It sounds like you know a lot about Discord and Twitch.
Yeah, and if you got Twitch, follow me on Twitch at Kshotem.
Yeah.
And follow Rays Flaves at Rays Flaves.
Twitch.tv/Rays Flaves. I do a Saturday morning show called Tacos de Mañana. That's right, Tacos de Mañana. Saturday mornings at 7:00 on Twitch.tv/Rays Flaves. Nice. Good.
But
Fantastic.
you also do it on YouTube too, right? So it's all the same shit.
No, it's different. So I have a radio show where I DJ play music on Saturday mornings, but when I do an interview, I do it live on YouTube. So I separate. So I have two separate shows. I don't multi-stream like everybody else. I do completely separate broadcasts.
Yeah, but see that's what's good about this shit. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah. Most people that go on YouTube Live, bro, they either go on YouTube Live or Twitch, some shit like that. Like a lot of those people don't even have like Facebook, Instagram. Like a lot of people I meet on YouTube, they only either go on YouTube or like you said.
Yeah, people just have their favorite platforms, and you don't know what it is until you go on there and see. Right. That's why I've got family called we call it the Juice Gang community over on Twitch. You got to create lore here, the Kshotem gang or whatever you want to call it. These will be your fans, your watchers.
Well, it's just like, you know, like I do have normally people that come in and talk to me and shit like that, but you know, for some reason they haven't whenever they seen me. Top Hat, he joined, you know what I mean? But I don't know if I've ever talked to him outside of, you know what I mean? But there are people that I do have connected to, and of course in the past, you know, my shit was fucking going crazy. It's just this is a whole new show to them, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So now they're going to be nice to you. They're not going to talk crap to you.
No, I haven't had no haters come in my shit.
That's cool.
I haven't been going live like that. You know what I mean? I've just been keeping it like other platforms because you know me, I do so much different shit on different platforms.
Yeah.
Like I kind of took a step back with going live, but that's why I hit you up. I'm like, hey, bro, let's do this show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know I'm gonna make it interesting, so I know you.
Oh hell yeah!
Come on now.
But for Top Hat and for people, because Top Hat's got to be like the beginning. Like he's what we want. Cadet. Yeah, he's the first cadet, and to make it easy for him, you got to be consistent. 9:00 Monday nights, every Monday night, so he knows what's up.
Oh yeah.
Because he's not going to be the first. There's going to be thousands of people just like him.
Oh yeah. I had some haters on my shit for a while, bro. They was in my comments thick every day, you know what I mean? Like I swear to God, they was here, you feel me? Like hundreds of comments of just hate, you feel me? But I found some real people in the mix, you feel me? And the haters just made my channel grow from like 900 subs to like 15,000 in like not even a whole year, you feel me? A couple months, you feel me? Like
why do you think that they kind of fell off as far as live streaming? Is it because of the sporadicness of the streams, or
what, the people?
Like why isn't there like 15,000 talking right now? Is it because you haven't streamed in a while?
Well, yeah, I took a step back, but it was like I cut certain shit loose, right? And that kind of hurt the live in the general at first, you know what I mean? And because remember how I told you like motherfuckers was just like doing weird shit, and I had to like cut certain people out of my little circle, and I mean, you know, just.
That's what Top Hat's saying. He's like, they probably found some other dude. He says a lot of this stuff, mostly a lot of robots and people just like trying to, you know, harass you pretty much. It ends up being like that if you get a lot of people.
Oh, no. Well, what it was a lot of people were there because they like to watch me, but it was like after the haters, you know, wasn't there as much, like, and it was just my people. The people within the people, it was like they were showing that they wasn't 100% with Kshotem. They was like trying to build off of my own shit. And I'm like, come on now, like y'all made off of my live. It's supposed to be let's build the live, let's do this. But I just started noticing certain things, and I had to cut those things off. But I stopped coming live as much, mostly because my phone got so burnt out from going live all the time, you know. So I was like, shit.
But now you're using your PC, right?
Now I'm using the PC. That's why I took a step back, because I'm obviously on so many different platforms. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. The amount of time I was spending on YouTube Live, there was no way I was gonna do everything else the same way, right? Because, bro, if you go back to some of my live videos from like a couple months ago, you see those lives are like 8 hours, 12 hours, like
on YouTube.
Yeah, like 50,000 views, 100,000 views. You know what I mean?
Holy moly! That's so we got to get that. I mean, we're not going to do 8 hours here. We'll probably
like you could even go to my live history, and if you go down, you could see how my views, how they were, and you could see how long those fucking live videos were. That was all from my phone, dog. Imagine
Hot.
being live from your phone for 8 hours,
That
dog.
thing's gonna be like charcoal, like red hot charcoal.
Bro, it was like this. The phone was always plugged in. I would be falling asleep with that bitch. You feel me? Like, there
Damn.
was a couple times I fall asleep on stream. You know what I mean?
Smart though,
It was still
because
there.
it built. It helped you build.
Right. People seen the dedication, but see, that's what I'm saying. If you go look at them streams, bro, my shit was going crazy.
Did you have any mods? Did you mod anybody?
Well, see, that's where I fucked up. Is like I set a couple mods, and those mods got together, talked to each other, and like the girl, obviously, old girl was super obsessive. So like basically, she got the other mods to be on this whole thing of like, let's just block any girl that says he looks good or whatever. I would look at my list of people that's blocked, like hundreds of people for no reason, really. And I'm like, bro. So the chat,
Oh no.
they started to kind of like act like it was their chat. Oh, I don't like this person. I don't like that person. Like, bro, it's not your guys' chat. Like, we're trying to build the chat.
So you gotta find a real mod that you could trust. Did you take the mod away from them?
Well, yeah, they all got douched after all. But see, I realized once I unmodded one person, they would feel away. They would tell, you know, it just, bro, trust me, it's like a third grade party.
That's okay. But you got rid of you demodded all of them?
Right, yeah. So now I don't have
good.
mods, but see, now that's where like I decided to take a step back because my shit was going up and it was going good. But what people don't get, they came to see Kshotem and Kshotem made it pop in, and they just, you know, people love attention, right? So
yeah.
like into the chat, I'm just looking at like I'm just trying to build. Y'all trying to like engage too much. It got to a point where like what's the real goal here? You know what I mean? Like I'm not just gonna be here to be here. Like I'm the one gotta have my phone on, right? I gotta be on the live. Y'all come here for me. Like, come on now, like
so yeah, you're gonna have to as you get more good followers like Top Hat,
right? Like
you're gonna have to find you know, out of the 30 so people, you're gonna have to find somebody that you consistently trust.
Yeah,
put them on.
See, yeah, so
but not be afraid to take it away. You can't be afraid to take it away.
Trust me, I took away all my mods because the girl, she was just getting other people and this and that, right? So I realized right away, okay, I gotta take this away, take that away, and so now the next time I do that, it's only gonna be one mod, and see, it got to be somebody I really fuck with and trust that's gonna be there too. But I kind of have an idea who I could, you know what I mean? But right now, that's not what I'm focused on, you know what I mean? Because those are the things that sometimes hurt your channel, you know, because people don't have your vision. They don't know what your whole thing is every day. Like they just see you come on there. They don't know how you're running your own operation. Yeah, mods that abuse powers are the. Oh yeah. That's why you get rid of them motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It'll take time. The most important thing is just consistency, doing it a lot, and then finding the right, you know, building the right community that's really here to be entertained and not cause chaos.
Well, yeah, because the girl, it was more or less like obsession over the fact that, like, damn, like, I don't want nobody else to talk to this fool. Look at this fool. Like, oh, like, she being thirsty, this and that. It's like, well, shit. It's like, this is the internet to begin with, you know what I mean? And it's all about growing and building. So,
does anybody who mods your Discord?
Well, see, back my old Discord, because I made a new one, you know what I mean? Because that's how I had to do shit, though, because I had too much. You know what I mean? Like, I had to get rid of that shit. That's why I made the new one, and I'm trying to do it, you know, a little differently where, you know, I find the more key people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're going to have to build some community here and then find
that old Discord,
preferably somebody that's married.
Like, I got rid of that shit.
Find somebody that's married, and then you won't have the problem.
Well, no, one of the girls, right? She was married, but this girl was like all obsessed over me, even sending me titty pics, talking about like, you know, if I was there, I'd give you the warmest thing. You feel me? I'm like, damn,
the warmest thing.
But see, like another person had told me that she was married. I'm like, damn, that's crazy because she was talking to me all freaky.
Thank you, Top Hat. That's awesome. So the other chick was getting freaky?
Oh yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. You know what I mean? I'll be splitting them tacos. Hold on. So let me help you out. Oh yeah, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? We grown, you know what I mean? Me personally, bro, Ray's Flaves, you know, he might have, you know, enlightened me to the live streaming thing, but you know, I kind of surpassed bro in a way, you know what I
Well,
mean?
because you're a superstar, my friend. There's no doubt about that.
It's because I'm a walking billboard, that's why, bro. Like, but
Exactly.
it's not only that, it's just because I have the mind and, you know, like, you might trip out too, Race, because at first, like, my channel wasn't as grown or anything like that, you know what I mean? But there's a difference when you're just on a platform compared to like you understand like a lot of the shit how it works and this and that. But if it wasn't for though my YouTube live though, because you're the one that even told me like you're basically streaming, and I didn't even realize I was streaming whenever I was going live all the time. I didn't even realize I was streaming. You know what I mean? Like you the one that really told me, because my version of streaming was like sitting up on Twitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing it correlates. Like if you whatever you do on Twitch, you could do it here on YouTube,
right?
And especially when we get you hooked up with Streamlabs, your same alerts that you use for Twitch, you'll be able to use it for YouTube, and it'll be automated. It's just
that's what I've been looking for, is a platform where it kind of connects a lot of shit to one, to where I don't have to go over here, go over there. Everything just pops up, you know. And there used to be something like that back in the day when MySpace was this thing, and then AOL Instant Messenger. They had an app where like it was like everything was like in one almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, sometimes you want that. But what I'm saying is just the back end part of it, not that you want to like multi-stream. That's far from now.
Okay.
But the alerts, at least, to have alerts that pop up on your chat,
see what's going on, like notifications type shit.
Yeah, alerts and stuff like that on your in your feed. Just helps build community. All those little things.
No, I mean, if we do this more consistently, and then you know I do my regular live shit, then you know it'll grow from there. You know what I mean? And through the Discord and all that, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I feel like the topics that we be on too, it's pretty relatable in a general standpoint, you know what I mean? Because the difference is too, bro, is we're more relatable to the actual people, because we're not trying to put this like fake facade, like we're trying to make you believe it's bigger than it is. Nah, we broke as a motherfucker.
No, it's tiny. It's broke. I have a day job, and I'm broke. I'm still broke.
I don't got a job at all. You know, I'm fucked
Thank
up.
you so much, Top Hat, for following. Thank you so much for putting the notifications on. That's the way to do it, so that you don't miss a show. We're trying to get consistent, so hopefully that'll be easy in the future. But honestly, this is all brand new. This is only the second time we've really done this, like really clean like this together.
And see, most of the time, me and Rage, we run it more like as if he was here and I was interviewing, and more like of a super structured, like, you know, like say
we did, we tried that a lot.
The first couple episodes we ever did together, it was more or less like, because you didn't really know me as much, and it's like, but you know, the way I'm doing shit now, it's more just like give them the raw shit now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all that, like, you know, hey, it's your boy Kshotem. I mean, I still be like that too, you know, but now I'm just like, fuck it, like give it to them raw and uncut type shit. Yeah,
I think that's huge. What we tried it a bunch of times, structured, and it just wasn't as good. These last couple where we just started talking, that not only are they good and natural, but they're lasting longer because we're just having a regular conversation. So it's pretty awesome.
But see, that's why it's relatable to the people, because we're not trying to put a facade, you know what I mean? Like, we're literally just talking what they would probably talk about. Like, we talked about a little shit what's going on right now, like the war shit, you know what I mean? Which everybody can fucking be like, what the fuck going on?
That's a great way to open. Just if any kind of structure, like what's going on right now. It doesn't have to be politics, but it could be like what is going on right now.
Yeah, and that's where if the chat gets built a little bit more, then we we're here talking to
Oh,
the chat to get
wait till you get used. You're gonna get used to this. Like you gotta get used to just focusing on them. They are everything.
We'll see.
Yeah.
What you got to remember, bro, that's exactly how I am once it's just me on the chat, obviously, because I'm just looking at the chat then.
Yeah.
But see, it's new to me because I don't really do it with somebody like this. So that's where it's new to me, you know what I mean? Where I'm interacting with you, but the chat at the same time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, what up? I mean, Top Hat's the one that's been the you know what I mean, a real trooper in this.
He's making the show. He's making the show right now. He's saying YouTubers are basically business trying to get you to view their stuff, which most of the time is junk made solely for the algorithm. 100% is it is a and we know it is a science. There's a science to YouTube when you're making videos. Kshotem is much better at that than I am. But what we've been doing. What we've been doing right in the last couple of weeks has been much. I don't know about you, bro, but this has been much more funner. I don't have a tablet in front of me. I don't gotta write anything down. It's so much better.
This is kind of like how a show or podcast normally is, unless they jit certain shit down that they want to go off certain topics or whatever. But see, like I said, those are people that are trying to go off a facade or trying to just paint a picture.
Yeah, they do right. They do right. You know, because I do when I do my interviews, I study and I'm actually doing a topic on their stuff, so I have to study. But this is so much fun.
You know what's so funny? This same shit we're doing right here is no different than how I shoot my interviews. It's just I edit, I chop it. So, but
you don't write your questions out.
No, but see, in this, I'm not asking no actual like interview type based question, but I am asking you stuff. But it's not like whenever I do my interview, say I'm doing it right, I'm like, hey man, so you know, how did you get your name, bro? This and that, and I might talk more freely. But obviously, whenever I'm doing my interviews, like I'll just make sure my questions sound like questions to the answer, right?
Oh, because it's in your mind, the questions,
right? But I still chop it and edit it where it sounded and where it flowed like how it was supposed to flow. But on this, it's just a conversation, so it's like
no editing necessary.
Right. But it's still no different than how I actually do my interviews, except right here, I'm not leading up to a question. I'm just talking it, you know what I mean? I'm not saying raise flaves. So when you know what I mean? I'm just being like, hey man, raise man, like bring up that shit from yesterday, dog. That shit that's ridiculous, bro. You know what I mean? It's a whole it's not meant to be like an actual questionary base because people gotta understand like this that's why it's called the Kshotem and Raise Flaves live show, right? Because it's literally just a live show where we just I know your shit's called the radio show, but I just feel like it makes more sense for it to be a live show because it is a live show, you know what I mean?
No, it sounds great. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
especially with your name in front because everybody knows you, and it's awesome. It goes right with the branding.
Well, it kind of goes well too because people know you for what Raise Flaves radio show, and it's Kshotem and Raise Flaves live show, so it's almost identical to how your own show sounds already.
Yeah.
So it kind of is relatable now. Like they'll remember your shit probably a lot easier because it's like Kshotem. Because my shit normally I just put whenever I go live from my computer, I just say the Kshotem live show. Just so it's like an actual like title in there.
I love it.
Just said Kshotem is live, so I pretty much just like.
I love it.
But then I thought about I'm like, well, this fool says radio show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so the Kshotem live show with Raise Flaves. It's perfect. I love it.
Yeah. It all kind of comes together.
It doesn't. It's smooth here, and then it's also transitions to. It's nothing weird that I don't do on my show. You know. It's smooth. It's a smooth coupling, my friend.
No, it's gonna come together throughout time too. You know, I mean, as we keep on doing these shits, man, people gonna tap in. You know what I mean? What do you say?
It says you know what we should do? I'll read them and then you can react to them. That way we're both not reading them. Right?
Yeah, I just seen Old Boy said I was scrolling through YouTube and I found a previous stream about a week ago. Couldn't stay long though. Oh yeah, man.
There you go. That was good.
You know, people they're not that interesting though. You know what I mean? Like people don't know how to. You know, they're all alike almost, you know. I mean, a lot of people have the same shit they talk about, same mindset, you know what I mean? And
Yeah. Make no mistake, we're doing it all wrong. We're not supposed to do what we're doing. Like we're not like it's supposed to be cookie cutter. We're supposed to go do research and see if anybody else has done this before.
Right.
We're not doing any of that. So technically this show shouldn't grow at all, but it will because it's us.
Because it's kind of like our own thing. Because like think about it like this, like I didn't get this idea from another show that's out right now, you know.
Which you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to do that.
That's what most people do when
YouTube.
they're like, you know, oh, let me see. But me personally, I never been like that where I go get examples. I just kind of like do whatever I want to do. That's why I was like, oh, I'm live streaming, because I don't look at things like, oh, I'm trying to be a streamer. This, like, I just do shit that makes sense to me, and then it just comes to be what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's what Top Hat's saying right there. It doesn't have to be all technicalities. As long as you have a personality, you will get a following, at least a small, loyal one. Yes, that's the most important. That what you just said, loyal one, a loyal community.
If they connect to what you're saying, yeah. And I mean, if you making sense and, you know, you're chill and all those things, and they could obtain and have fun and laugh, then they're going to be there. You know what I mean? I mean, hell, why do you think people like my content? Because of shit, I make them laugh. I make sense. And then it's like, it's just entertaining, you know what I mean? And I'm an entertaining person, though, to just be Kshotem, you know what I mean? So it's like motherfuckers just be entertained just by, you know, hearing me yell at somebody.
There it is. By the way, your freaking mic is good. That's your computer mic?
This is for my my webcam.
It sounds good.
Oh, it's coming up, huh?
Straight from the webcam.
Yeah, this shit crisp, huh? Let's see what he said. Most YouTube viewers hate the popular stuff. The people who view those big channels are either kids or about.
Oh, that's a great point, dude. They're probably kids. Most of them are kids watching.
Hey, a lot of my haters, I can almost guarantee you there were a bunch of fucking little kids. Because
7th grade or something like that. They're talking crap to you, like if they're in the locker room.
Some of the shit that they would be saying, I'd be like, bro, you gotta be a kid saying some shit like that. Like, I don't know.
You can tell.
Yeah.
There was one time my friend was streaming, and he was talking about his son. They're like, "Hey, I know your son. He always picks on us." And there was no way they knew him. And by the way, his son doesn't pick on people, so he knew. It was like, what the? This have to be like kids that are just like saying random crap.
Oh yeah, man. A lot of those people, which you wouldn't think it is, you know what I mean? Because I don't really think about kids sitting up on YouTube lives, you know what I mean? Like, I really don't see that, you know what I mean? But I guess they do.
Oh, they do, big time. They're acting like the Call of Duty lobbies and like, oh, see, that's something you would know more than me.
Yeah.
Call of Duty lobbies.
But those are dead now, because like now, even on Call of Duty, you can't be no troll and shit. They'll fucking ban your account just like everything else, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, that's great.
Yeah, you can't really troll on anything anymore, you know what I mean? Not no Instagram, not no nothing, you feel me though?
Top Hat was saying that they've even slowed it down here on YouTube. So they stopped some of the trolls here on YouTube.
Shit, well, these motherfuckers did. I promise you that. These motherfuckers, because sometimes they would click on the profiles, and then the homie would tell me like, "Hey, did you see the actual profile?" I'm like, "Hell no, I'm not over here clicking on profiles." And you can tell by some of them they were kids, you know what I mean, posting roadblocks and shit.
Roadblocks mainly cracks down on YouTube. Mainly cracks down on robots that spam porn links. Oh, that's great. That's good. Yeah, we don't want any of those links. That'd be horrible.
Yeah, no, we ain't trying to go out like that. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Cool,
man.
We be getting in though, you know what I mean? Shit. I mean, hell, we talked about quite a bit of stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we got an hour and a half in. I think we're good. What do you think?
Yeah, we good. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm fucking starving and shit, you know what I mean? And,
nice. I ate earlier. My daughter made me some chicken, so I'm good. Yeah, shouts out to her. Shouts out to Top Hat though. This is what we really need, is this type of community. So Top Hat, please join us next Monday at 9:00, same time.
I sent the Discord and shit, so just add the Discord, you know, and that's how you can connect to Raise Flaves and me and shit easily, you know what I mean? Signing, well, if y'all are signing off.
Nice, bro.
Hell yeah, man. Hit
Appreciate
us
it.
on Discord and shit, and then
Let's go North Carolina.
This was actually a longer show than we normally would do, probably. You know what I mean? But I'm down to run it for however long.
As long as it's really the chat that keeps it going. So if the chat goes, we go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it is a late time there in East Coast. You're probably
I mean, I would be down to run it for a little longer. I would just have to go out there and take a little roaster real quick, you know.
No, I'm done. I got my day job tomorrow. I'm gonna go to sleep. But dude, 2 a.m. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I like the 9 o'clock. We get the East Coast that can't sleep. We get people in Saudi Arabia that the missiles are flying all over the place over there. They're wide awake. They gotta watch something. They gotta watch something. My friends in Qatar. God bless you guys. We gotta entertain you guys. It's getting wild out there in the Middle East. So join us next Monday night at 9 p.m. our time here in California with my friend Kshotem, who shoots all the shots. That's right, Kshotem.
Oh yeah, you already know what it is, man. Hold on, let me see this. Hell yeah, man. Well, shit. We gonna wrap this bitch up for tonight, y'all. You know what I mean? Hope y'all enjoyed the video, the content. You know, make sure you follow and subscribe to Ray's Plays. Make sure you go follow me and subscribe to me and all that, man. Go hit that Discord link and you go come back for the next one, man, in a couple days. You already know, man. It's your boy Kshotem, and I'm out.
Nice. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you soon.
Peace.